What's up, everybody, and welcome back. This is Justin's Kitchen with me, Justin, and we are going to make something fucking amazing today. I cannot wait. This is the last video of the year for me. Justin's Kitchen, Tea Time with Justin. It's been an amazing year. I can't wait to show you some new stuff, and let's get right into the kitchen, guys. Woo! Alright, you guys, so the first thing that we're going to do, again, as you know, my trusty pot, get a lot of water. As you can see, it's pretty high up there, and it's just now trying to start to boil. If you've watched other videos, my stove, it takes forever to boil. So whatever you need to do, get it to a boil, and, we're going to put in a bunch of salt. Now, this recipe that I'm going to make is just off the cuff. It is an Italian meal. Gnocchi, as you already know by the title of the video, that is what I'm going to be making, but because, well, you'll see a little bit later on why I'm going to basically over season everything for right now, and we'll jump right back into it, you guys. Let's go. Okay, so while the water is boiling there, or trying to boil, man, you guys, I don't mean to boast or anything, and I'm not going to sit here and say much about it, but I got some things for Justin's Kitchen for my kitchen. Everybody knows that I'm really kind of getting into the kitchen this year, and I'm just so appreciative because literally from what I have in my hand to what I'm wearing right now, it's all been gifted to me. So I love you guys, and thank you so much for just letting me know that it's fun and it's cute and we've had a good time together, and that you guys are liking it, and there's nothing better than just having some support, and yeah, so just thank you guys so much for that. Now, I should be using, baking potatoes. I think that the reason for that is because these are kind of hard to actually, I have this guy too, but the paring knife, brand new paring knife, is working a lot better. So I have a bowl of potatoes. Now, I've got purple and red and little baby, so these came in a bag itself. You can find them probably $4, and then just a bunch of these little sized ones. So let me get through with all of that. Make sure you wash all your potatoes and everything, and get this water boiling. Get the potatoes into the water, and we're going to start making some gnocchis. Alright, you guys, so I have 2 cans of your regular sized paste, tomato paste. I can't tell you, maybe 8.5 ounces per can. This is 2 cans. So we're going to put that on the side. I am going to, let's go with utility knife. Now, I'm just learning about knives and everything because I think it's important when you're in the kitchen, you know what knives are what bowls go for what is what, okay? So I've got a little bit of basil here. Actually, I want to keep out a few leaves. But from what I've heard, and maybe I'm wrong, and you can feel free, you guys, to always critique me and everything. But when you cut these open, it's almost as if they bleed out aroma. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to give maybe another little quick chop here. And so what I'm actually doing, we're getting ready to make a tomato red sauce, okay? So while we're getting that boiled, which it's still trying, we are going to get a little bit of vegetable stock. Now, don't ask me why. I don't know why, because when I'm in the kitchen, you guys, and hopefully when you're in the kitchen, it's playtime. It's time to play. Like, don't think you have to be all about the seriousness in the kitchen. There's no sense. Kitchen time is fun time. So what I want you guys to do is get the vegetable stock in there. It doesn't matter how much. I mean, less is more because you can always get it a little bit more liquidy if you want it to. But the idea is to get a little foundation going. We're going to let this vegetable stock come to a boil, and then immediately after it starts to boil, go ahead and get it down. Don't make it consistent boil, maybe a soft boil, if anything. And then we're going to put in some of this, well, all of this, the tomato paste. And then what I'm actually going to do is I am going to cut all this up, like chop it up. It doesn't really matter. All of this is not really that important because after all, we are eventually going to make this a sauce, okay? So as long as you can get it to a red sauce, who cares how you get it done? But this is the way that I'm going to do it. So we'll be right back. You guys, we have a long way to go because we're not even into making the gnocchi yet. But I just wanted to give you a heads up, and then I'm going to really try to sum this up because it is so important that we get the gnocchi dough right. Okay, so that's really important. Now, in here, I've got oregano, a little bit of thyme, basil, and a little bit of pepper in here, okay? And then I've got little cloves here, and I will be chopping these up, don't worry. I mean, you want to mince them, do whatever you want to do with them. I actually like to just like slice them with a little bit of bigger chunks so I can get a little bit of taste of that. That's just my preference. Now, we don't have to go to the extreme of everything off the farm, off the garden. You can use some things, you know, that are in cans. Now, this is the diced tomatoes. It already has some basil, garlic, and oregano in it. So like I said before, this is going to have a little bit of flavor to it. A little bit of flavor, but the red sauce is not the equivalent to the potato, so you do want to keep the potato a little bit heavy and whatever flavors you want in that potato, because of course we're going to be adding dough to it, which will take away flavor, make it a little bit more bland. But when you bite into an actual gnocchi, you do want it to have a little bit of flavor, or at least I do. Okay, thank you very much for the boil. Now we got to go. Okay, so the stock is definitely boiling. I'm going to go ahead and pour this guy in here. Now, when you're pouring over hot stuff, you do want to have like a utensil. I do a little bit of like this kind of thing. I mean, I've seen it on TV, but basically it stops the splashing. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, honestly, I can't explain it well enough. Go and Google why it's important to have like a utensil when you're pouring into hot things, if you don't already know. So then, like I said, so that's there. Now I'm going to put in this chunka hunka munka. Jesus, you guys, I'm trying to do this so fast because I know it's going to be a big project. But you know what? We're going into the new year, and this kind of project is going to keep on happening. So I better get used to it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm having fun. I love to be in the kitchen. This is something that, you know, my Nonna, my Italian grandmother, I was adopted, and she started raising me. She was probably, you know, somewhere in her 60s, and I think the only thing she knew to do with me is teach me about the garden, and teach me about, you know, how important it is that we fill ourselves with fruits and vegetables and off the land. And I mean, yes, we are consumers. We have to buy. She bought bread. She bought cheeses and stuff. But she also was very into giving back to the earth. We had a buchel, which was basically a recycling bin for all of our foods. And we would use that to put new soil into the ground every year. So anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. Watch your red sauce. Watch your potatoes as they're boiling. Okay? And then that's all there is to it until we start smashing some potatoes. Okay, nothing has really happened. We're starting to get the red sauce boiling. I'm throwing in the basil, the sliced basil, okay? There's a reason why I don't have all of it going in. I do want to keep the whole ones until later. I don't really know why, but I feel like it's necessary. Now, whenever I said about the garlic, so we've got little garlics like that. We're going to go ahead and put in about half of them right now. The reason I want to do only half, okay, and I'm not putting them to dry yet. The reason why I don't want to is because although you want a lot of flavor, you don't want too much flavor because then no one's going to want to eat it. So at this point, while the potatoes are boiling and you've got your red sauce with pretty much all the ingredients other than a couple of, you know, dry ingredients, we're going to go ahead and let this, now it's a little bit thick. If you want, keep your can so you can add a little bit of water to it as we go. The longer you let your red sauce keep on the oven at a simmer, which, let me turn it down a little bit, okay, and then you can add a little bit of water, or if you wanted to, actually I'm going to add the vegetable stock. Give it a taste, and then if you need to add some salt, if you need to add some pepper, whatever, to your liking, because at this point you want to get your red sauce to the flavor you want it, okay? That's important. And then we're going to get into smashing some potatoes and then rolling out some dough, which is completely new to me. It's a first. Let's go. Let's go. One thing I haven't done yet, which, you know what, you guys, I'm not perfect. As you can tell, I'm not perfect. So, man, these knives are so sharp. Thank you so much for who you are, who bought this for me. We're not going to go into any big detail with these tomatoes. I just forgot to put them in. I guess I'm kind of, like, excited because there's all this new stuff happening, and we're getting ready to do the new year, and I can't wait. But I have 4 tomatoes here. Now, I don't know, you guys. You guys are just going to have to figure it out. I am no professional in the kitchen. I just do this for fun. So if this turns out, I hope it does because I did it right. But there is truly no right or wrong. It's just that I might have a little bit more sauce than I need. So I'm going to finish up the other two. I'm going to immediately get that into my sauce over here. Okay, this is the potato, and let's go. So I'm going to try to make this as traditional as possible. Obviously, back in the day when we didn't have, grinders and all these electronic things, this is kind of, this is an updated version, but this is what they call nowadays a hamburger smasher. How original is that? But anyway, I am literally just going in, and I'm going to do this right now, and then every couple of minutes, I'm just going to give it a little, smashing. And that's fun. And I think if you are of a certain age and you're a child and your parents are around and they allow you by the stove, I think that this is a good little project while you wait for everything to really get wait until it gets to its best flavors. And then that's whenever you want to start tasting it. This has only been on for about 15 minutes. We're still waiting to smash potatoes, you guys. So let's go. Alright, you guys, so for me, I am about an hour in. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of a taste test on the sauce, the red sauce, because I just want to get a feel. I have not added any salt or anything extra other than what we have already discussed. And so I'm just going to do a little taste test. I mean, although that's good, we can do better. So, like I said, now I'm going to go ahead and add in some of these dry ingredients. And I'm going to give that another maybe 15-20 minutes, and let's go, you guys. Alright, you guys, so now it's been about another 30 minutes, and we're going to taste the red. See, still no added pepper other than a little bit of pepper, but no added salt in this, and I haven't added any kind of vegetable stock or anything, no water. It did give, those tomatoes that I put in, gave it all the liquid that it needed, and yeah, let's go. Alright, another 15 minutes later, and now I actually am going to go ahead and add a little bit, maybe a half of a cup of vegetable stock in here. And yeah, just so that we can keep on concentrating all of those good flavors, man. This is turning out so much better than I thought, and I'm actually really proud of myself, and I hope you're watching up there, Nonna, and you love it too. Okay, I think the potatoes are going to be on its last 15 minutes or so. I went ahead and added a little bit more seasoning in here. I haven't added any salt. Like I said, I did not add salt to the red sauce yet. And I'm trying not to because I just think this is already going to be a hearty meal. And there's no sense in adding unnecessary seasonings or anything like that. I do say, though, just so you guys are aware, this is a vegetarian meal. There's nothing that has meat product in it. I don't know, I know that flour, for some people want almond flour or whatever it is, but I don't think that flour in it, so I have no gluten problem. I have no paleo diet, whatever. I'm not restricted at all, actually. I like meat and everything, but it is so good. Some flavors come at the back of the tongue. So good. Anyway, we're going to try to make this happen. I don't see it happening. We're in about 2 hours right now, and I think I might have to make a part 2. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so basically what we're doing here, to wrap it up, because honestly, you guys, we're going to have to do a part 2. I'm so sorry. This year, I've been making a lot of different foods. I've never had a part 2. I hope you guys can enjoy this enough to watch part 2. So, but before I go, I'm actually going to give this red sauce another taste, because I think it's pretty much done at this point. It's been about 3 hours now. See, it's so good. But I am actually going to give it a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. I have a little salt pepper mix here. And I'm just going to do it only because I want to go out with a bang this year. I'm not afraid of salt. There's no reason for me to worry about salt, but I just don't believe that everything needs to have salt in it. Now, the potatoes, they're breaking up, okay? They're not exactly where they need to be, so where I can mash them, but I believe that I'm going to have to say goodbye for now. Let's do a part 2. Stay with me, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and there's so much I could say about the culture that I was brought up in, the story on why I stayed a long time with my grandma. There's so much we can get into, and in part 2, I will elaborate on much of that. So thank you guys so much for watching, and hey, we're in Justin's kitchen, and stay tuned. Part 2 is coming your way. Bye for now. God bless you. Bye.